few people know this scary fact. The Puss's life was in more danger when he was living in Mama Luna's house than when he was living free in the village. As far as the eye can see, this home is infected by a disease called feline peritonitis. This bug is extremely dangerous for cats, so much so that it can take their lives away. The disease develops when too many cats live in the same place and defecate in the same place, and then the feces start to generate the feline infectious peritonitis virus, which becomes contagious. The disease causes irritation and inflammation in the eyes. It is precisely this condition that this kitten has, which allows us to think that there are more kittens that are infected. Therefore, it was only a matter of time before the cat became seriously ill. For this reason, the evil wolf never appeared in this place, which means that Puss was definitely going to hang up his boots without the need for him to intervene. However, the wolf's plans were ruined when Goldilocks and the bears arrived at Mama Luna's house. Unconsciously, Goldilocks saved Puss's life since he forced him to leave the house. So, as you are watching, guys, this video will consist of presenting dark and sad secrets. I will also reveal some fun facts in order to make the video not so depressing. Interact with us by commenting the sad emoji if you didn't know the dark secrets I will present today. Leave in the comments who this character is. The answers will appear in a new video. Let's go with a love story that is quite depressing. Something that characterizes Puss in Boots is the fact that he has 9 lives, and this applies to Kitty as well. There comes a time where both felines take different paths. Just as they love to live adventures full of risks, at some unknown point in their journeys, they must have lost lives before they meet again. If we analyze the situation, the two kitties met during their first or second lives. Proof of this is in the first movie when Puss has an adventure with Humpty Dumpty, which he lived long before meeting Shrek and Donkey. Gingy is an example of what we are talking about. Precisely, he was present in the 7th death of Puss. This reinforces the fact that Kitty and Puss had to lose some lives to meet again, and now be able to have a romantic relationship. When we meet Jack Horner, the film makes us think, oh, he comes from a family of highly successful bakers, and by making good decisions, they generated a great fortune, leading them to have pie factories, mansions, and many other things. Apparently, we were wrong. Mr. Horner's family had no mansions, no factories, and even less wealth. We see the real life that this villain had when he remembers his childhood. In these scenes, we see a child next to an old wagon, singing to sell his pies with absolute disinterest in his parents. In simple words, the villain's family were people with very low purchasing power. As I showed in the previous video, and you will have links to the video in the pinned comment for you to watch, Jack Horner interrupted the stories of the fairy tales and stole their magic objects. The clues point out that the wealth Mr. Horner obtained was not thanks to the pies, but because of a miraculous artifact he stole, which brought him a lot of abundance and wealth, making his pies popular and many people wanting to buy them. Don't forget that you can comment the sad emoji if you don't know the secret. There's a possibility that Humpty Dumpty appeared in the second Puss movie, but almost nobody realized it. The appearance of the egg is more of a possibility as it varies depending on the perspective of the person looking at the scene. Many people say that this Easter egg is fake, and others say that it really did appear. Supposedly, we look at Humpty Dumpty when the cat is in the forest, very scared and exalted by seeing the wolf of death. Briefly, in one of his eyes, we can see a small silhouette of Humpty Dumpty. If we freeze this second of the scene and we get closer to see if we can see the egg, we see a silhouette quite similar to Humpty. I don't know if it's me, but even I can see a part of his face. Comment the chicken coming out of the egg emoji if you also saw Humpty Dumpty in the cat's eye. You can also leave an X if you did not see anything. This alleged apparition of Humpty Dumpty has a paranormal explanation as the Puss is seeing again his life passing before his eyes. He looked at one of his childhood best friends. This little explanation is based on several testimonies of people who are in a terminal state. They assure that they look at relatives or friends who are no longer in this world. They came to look for them, to take them to the afterlife. This may sound crazy, but what I just said fits pretty well given that Humpty Dumpty hung up his boots in the first movie. Therefore, it makes sense that the egg came for the cat in order to be reunited with his old friend. The story of the perrito is already too sad and heartbreaking in itself. However, it becomes even more depressing when you analyze it in detail. If we relive the story of the perrito, he makes us understand that he and his little brothers were not treated properly, but his innocence confused everything with jokes and games. The worst starts here. The perrito was able to break the sock to escape the sad fate that awaited him, but unfortunately, his sibling puppies had a very painful fate awaiting them, as they were still with these evil people. Later on, I will reveal who helped Perrito to escape from the sock, since it's obvious that he couldn't make the hole. Stay tuned because you will be surprised. If you don't want to wait, on the screen we'll be showing at what minute of the video we reveal who saved Perrito's life, so you can watch it right now. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications and like the video. If you comment that you already subscribed to the channel, I'll give your comment a heart. In other words, I'll give you the heart that your crush doesn't want to give you. In the interest of making this video not so depressing, let's talk about something that will make you say, "Aww, how sweet!" There is one detail that only the most observant could notice. When the bears and Goldilocks are in the cabin, the girl finds a book, and when she opens it to the first page, there is an illustration of a family. The page next to it has a secret message that few people saw. If we put together the first letter of each paragraph, they form the phrase, "You already have it." This suggests that Goldilocks did not need to look for a family since she already had a beautiful family that loved her, regardless of her being human. Let's talk about something curious that is related to Jack Horner. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Guillermo del Toro's version of the Pinocchio movie were nominated for the 2023 Oscar Awards for Best Animated Film. The winner was Pinocchio. Jack Horner has the worst luck in the world to lose the audience to a wooden dummy twice in a row. When you are having a bad day and you think that you have lousy luck, just remember that Jack lost to a wooden doll inside an animated movie, and in real life, he still lost to an ugly wooden doll. In this part of the video, we are going to talk about who helped Perrito to escape from the sock. This mysterious character who saved his life was the evil wolf. The story of the film tells us that the wolf is always there when a life is about to end. There are also situations where the wolf intervenes in order to end before time with his victim, as it is seen in all the lives of the puss that was there watching and tried to finish with the cat when he still had a long time left to live because he was perfectly healthy. Something that attracts the wolf is the fear that the victim feels. For this reason, he chased the cat because he felt a strong fear. But in the last fight, he no longer perceives the smell of fear, and therefore gives him another chance to live. According to the Perrito's own words, he thought it was all part of a game. Apparently, Perrito never felt fear, so Death could not perceive fear and also saw that he was a weak and defenseless puppy. The wolf took pity and gave him a second chance at life by discreetly opening a hole in the sock. If we detail the matter, we will understand that it makes sense what is mentioned above. Something to mention is the age. Perrito was a puppy that did not have the strength to break the sock in time, and at this moment it was underwater, making it impossible for it to open a hole. The curious thing about this fact is that the wolf would have indirectly helped the puss to save his life. This adventure is about to end. However, in the posted commentary, I have left more Puss in Boots videos for you to watch. Greetings to everyone who commented on the last video. My name is Ciara, and we'll hear from each other on the next video. Bye!